Greetings and salutations. Today we will take a look at Amplitube 5 from IK Multimedia. So you might want to get comfortable, guys, grab a drink, because this is going to probably be my longest video yet. I couldn't do a review of what is possibly the best amp suite on the market and make it short. Amplitube 1 released all the way back in 2002. It quickly established IK Multimedia as a leader in the digital market. As competition soared from competitors like Line 6 and Native Instruments, IK Multimedia released progressively better versions of their software. This leads us to now with Amplitube 5. I bought this plugin as part of IK's Studio Max collection. I picked up the collection for €200 and I highly recommend it to anyone who can afford it. It comes with an insane amount of stuff, from guitar plugins, drum plugins, synths, mixing racks, orchestral plugins, and a lot more. And this is all stuff that is used by the professional industry. Today we will cover what is essentially a small part of the Studio Max collection, that is Amplitube 5. The interface is very user-friendly. On the right hand side we have the gear tab. This is where you make your choices of what gear you want to use. This covers everything you will need for your tones. First up we have the pedals. This is everything from delays, distortions, dynamics, EQs, choruses, flanges, reverbs, and a lot more. As you can see on the screen, the list is extensive. Next is the meat and potatoes of the plugin, the amps. There are a lot of them, from clean to crunch to high gain and even bass amps. There are also signature amps from artists such as Slash, Joe Satriani and Brian May of Queen. One thing I did really like is that when you're searching for them, you can group them not only in clean, crunch and high gain and such, but also by brand type. So clicking on the collections tab will allow you to see the brands or artists, and then clicking on a certain brand will bring up all the amps from that brand. This is a great little feature. There is also an effects modules tab. This covers things like reverbs, delays, EQs, and again these can be put in pre or post, so before or after the amp. Next up is the cab section. When you choose an amp, it'll automatically match it to its default cab. You can, however, of course, change it to one of the many cabs available. These range from anything from 1x6 to 2x10 to 4x12 and everything in between. There's also a great range of bass cabs, and just like the other tabs, these can all be searched by size or brand. Another great feature is the ability to change out speakers in those cabs. With a huge range of speakers available, it's a simple click and you can get a completely different tone out of the cabs by mixing and matching different speaker combos. In the mic section you can choose from dynamic, condenser and ribbon mics. So for example, one of my favorite combos is a dynamic 421 paired with a ribbon 121. The mics have fully adjustable positions just by clicking on them and dragging them around. Then if you really want to get fiddly with the mic placement, they have what's called VIR tech. This lets you place mics accurately with a lot more detail. There's also a room selection and room mics. There are 4 sets of room mics that can be adjusted for volume and width. The rooms themselves range from large studios to amp closets and even a bathroom and a subway. These definitely change the ambience of the amp sound. This can be blended with the closed mics and really gives a good impression of sitting in front of a real amp. The interface itself is a simple drag and drop affair. Drag something into the chain and use it. It's as simple as that. Double clicking on an amp will change that amp and its default cab, and everything is controllable with a mouse. Simply click on a knob and you can adjust it. You can also have up to 3 amps at once. This allows for the blending of amps to get a really original tone. All these presets can of course be saved and kept in your own folder. Amplitube 5 also has a lot of presets, and I was pleasantly surprised that most of them were usable, or at least a good starting point to get your own tones out of. A lot of other programs I've tried, especially ones that cover a lot of amps and effects and everything else, the presets sometimes aren't very usable. But in Amplitube 5 I was pleasantly surprised by how good they actually are. So all this is great, but now for the important thing. How does it sound? Honestly, this sounds killer. Everything on offer here is top notch. I would have to say these sound the closest to real amps of any amp sim on the market. Don't get me wrong, I always loved neural DSP stuff, but for some reason their amps still sound a little processed, like there's some processing on it. This is really good for recording, but it doesn't give you that real amp tone. I find that the amps in Amplitube 5 just sound way more real and natural. Sometimes it's easy to forget that you're actually not sitting in front of a real amp. This can be a little detrimental in a way because you do have to work harder to get your tones. In a way, this is like having a real amp with real mics and real effects. So it does take a little bit more to get a good tone to put in your mix, but in the end it's really worth it. Then there is ToneNet. Here you can download other people's presets or upload your own presets for other people to use. These can easily be searched for by genre, guitar type, or even pickup type. And with so many available, the possibilities are endless. Overall, Amplitube 5 is studio quality gear. The tone possibilities here really are endless. For the price of, say, one real world pedal, you get endless high quality studio level tones at your fingertips. This is one plugin I can highly recommend. If you are of any style, genre, any guitar sound, then this is the plugin for you, because I guarantee you will find something that works for you. Now we'll listen to a song that I did using Amplitube 5. All the guitars and the bass are using tones from that plugin. After that, I will run through a few presets that I created myself. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content, and enjoy indeed. Thanks, guys.
Bye.